my top 10 brand new animal series. I can say with certainty that Netflix and Studio Trigger plan on renewing brand new animal in the future. I do warn you before you continue that there's spoilers ahead, so don't continue unless you've watched the series like me, or if you don't care. It's a must watch about a girl who gets transformed into a polymorphic bipedal raccoon by a blood transfusion. Now that's a rare sentence. It's got cute cartoon characters, handles serious themes head on, has inspirational morals, set up for sequel seasons, and has LGBTQIA+ subtext. And they are in no particular order. Without further ado, let's start. Number 10. Shiro died for real. One thing that's a constant in anime is that somebody dies. While season 1 has remained mostly fatality free, I'm betting that out of our main cast, Shiro Ogami the most likely one to be killed off. It's a common trope for the hero's mentor to be killed off and the hero to take their place. I'm thinking that he will be killed off in the final battle late into the series, and that will urge Michiru Kagimori, our protagonist, to become the new guardian of the Beastmen, and he'll probably also mentor Nazuna Hyotashi so that the two of them can work together as the protectors of Anima City without him, because 2 is better than 1, and it gives Nazuna a chance to use her kaiju form, this time for good. Plus, it will thematically fit with changing societal values. Shiro was focused initially on avenging the Beastmen of Nervasil, but now focuses on protecting Beastmen worldwide. However, there's this distrust of humans that could be a problem. And what better successor to the legendary Silver Wolf than 2 women who know what it's like to be human and Beastmen to bridge the 2 worlds together, especially in a time where it's clear that all walls do is build more distrust, apathy, and hate, while bridges produce true unity. Number 9. Michiru Kaijumori. Yes, I had to make that pun. This series suggests that Michiru will be able to transform into a bigger, stronger form, similar to Shiro, Nazuna, and Alan Silvasta. And there's already Godzilla parallels, especially for MonsterVerse incarnations. Shiro is Godzilla, a being with a pale blue glow and being revered as a deity. Silvasta is King Ghidorah, a golden, 3-headed invader who seeks to destroy, and Nazuna is Mechagodzilla by being a kaiju of human origin designed to impersonate Godzilla. As for Michiru's kaiju form, I bet she will have parallels to Anguirus, a smaller kaiju who's traditionally portrayed as a battle partner of a king of monsters. Number 8. Big Black Beastmen. This series is based off of a CMYK color palette that printers use, and the Beastmen capable of taking a giant form at will. I think that before Michiru discovers her kaiju form, we'll meet a 4th Beastman with a kaiju form, and they'll have a black fur/feathers/scale. The idea is that as Shiro's Silver Wolf glows with a sky blue light and is the first introduced, we can say that his side, and then as Nazuna is the second introduced, and she has pink fur, she's magenta, and Silvasta's kaiju form, the third and most recent introduced, is yellow. Thus the 4th kaiju would have to represent Ki, or black. Number 7. Nazumichi Canonized. The most romantic or pseudo-romantic tension we got from the character's interactions with Michiru is with Nazuna. There are many ways that they could go with that, like maybe Michiru realized that everything she's done for Nazuna hasn't been motivated by mere friendship, but by love. She then confesses, or Nazuna correctly guesses that Michiru loves her and quickly reciprocates. Or if there's enough of a time skip between the 1st and 2nd season. Remember, this video is not just about the 2nd season but future seasons, as I do suspect a multi-season run, and that would be a good idea. Some casual dialogue reveals that Michiru and Nazuna are now dating at least, and with a series conclusion they might even have an endgame wedding and even Michiru and Nazna conceived a child. They're shapeshifters, okay? As for the wedding, it would be sweet to see both humans and beastmen in attendance to show how the two races have buried the hatchet, as peace and harmony is only possible with both sides working together towards a common mission to make everyone's lives better. Number 6. Ma and Pa Kagemori. We do know that Michiru is one of the few anime protagonists who has both parents who are still alive and present and their loving parents. I hope that in the future seasons that they reveal what Mr. and Mrs. Kagemori look like and help flesh them out personality-wise. I can totally see that as humans are now welcome to Abba City, Michiru invites her parents to visit her, as she's now accepted Amma City as her home, but that doesn't mean that she's replaced the part of her heart reserved for her biological family, childhood home, and birthplace. Maybe Michiru will encourage them to advocate for beastmen's rights, as they definitely are allies. And I can totally see them as supportive of Michiru's pursuing a relationship with Nazna as their daughters all grown up and moved out and they love her unconditionally. Number 5. The Secret War. I'm 100% sure that they'll deal with the good guys exposed and defeat the members of a purebred conspiracy that Sylvain is a member of. As for Hierarchy, I believe that he's a lower ranking member who acts as a public face while hiding their private intentions. As for his disappearance, he might have been taken to be reprimanded for his failures as well as his bloodline's penchant for creating new and dangerous enemies to the conspiracy, and there'll be more satanic motifs of the major members, as Shiro is Jesus, Dee's Louvre, at least before she continued being Nazna again, and is the Antichrist. And we have a prideful Cerberus and a lustful serpent for known members, as well as the Antichrist figure, until she defected upon horror at what she brought onto the world and the damage she was catalyzing. Maybe there will be at least one member to represent each of the specific sins. A crow beastman who represents greed, a boar beastman who represents gluttony, a spider beastman who represents envy, a wasp beastman that represents wrath, and a sloth beastman that represents, well, sloth. And the leader will have the most satanic motifs, possibly with even being a goat beastman with red fur who prefers to fight with a trident, and somehow represents all 7 of the deadly sins. Number 4. Continue with Nazna Redemption. Yes, Nazna has broken ties with the Boris and the Silver Wolf Cut, grown to feel remorse over being Dee's Louvre, and is currently trying to right all her wrongs, but there are a good amount of fans who can't bring themselves to forgive her. Yes, she does have the unconditional support of Michiru and the Bears, especially the former, but it would help to show her struggle on by the sins she committed and the sins others committed against her. Nazna would have to accept that there are still some beastmen who will never ever forgive her, no matter how much she shows that she's genuinely changed for the better. And to contrast her past toxic relationship with Forrest, which she got closure on by beating him down, can't blame her for smashing the man who groomed and used her while bringing out her worst traits to a pulp. With her current healthy relationship with Michiru, I'd love to show more flashbacks that help tell us that she was a good person before a certain literal and metaphorical stake, and to show the sick ways he manipulated and abused her. As for payoff for seeking recovery, redemption, and closure, I'd love to see Nazna, now the best version of herself, restart her career with Michiru on their side. Nazna deserves someone who will genuinely support her interests, no strings attached, instead of use their passions to corrupt and abuse her, and someone who is unconditionally loyal to her and has her best interests at heart 24/7 by her side, and we know that's someone to be Michiru. Number 3. Around the world. The conspiracy is massive and ancient, having been influencing the world stage from the shadows for at least 1,000 years. Not gonna lie, the world building of this series is masterclass. and I would love it if our protagonist had to leave Animate City behind to protect it and its people from afar. It would be amazing to see other Beastmen sanctuaries across the world as Michiru and Co. unravel the web. And I would like for the settings to feel like part of a plot, not locations shoved in haphazardly. Number 2, more mystery. I'll admit it. The mystery box of the series is well written. We start off with questions like the nature of Michiru's conditions, what Sylvaster's up to, and the history of a Beastman, and the finale just sets up for the future of more mysteries, such as where Sylvaster boars have gone, how humans and Beastmen will interact as the walls have fallen, and who else is like Alan and Shiro. I would like the mystery box of brand new album to feel like that of Gravity Falls, where for every question answered a new question is raised, and by the finale, all major questions have been answered. And as we're dealing with a furry eugenic Illuminati, that's another rare sentence. The mystery the characters and the audience will have to solve is who is and who isn't to be trusted, which has been a theme since the start. Secrets will be revealed, and I'm sure that Studio Trigger will be able to pull off a few red herrings, maybe even literal ones. My only real complaint about the series is the pacing in the last episode, as it felt like they're trying to cram in as many new questions to set up for the future as possible. However, I did enjoy how the plot managed to continue handling the morals as well as develop the characters and make it clear that while the immediate threat has been cleared, Animate City is still not safe. And number 1, make it more mature. Season 1 is a great way to get fans into the series. It has an anime's typical blend of drama and humor, action and character, plot and mystery. If they weren't furries, the characters are written in a way that makes them feel like they could exist in this world. With future seasons, I'd like them to be more mature and serious, but not overly bleak and edgy. I'd love to see Nazla struggling with post-traumatic stress disorder in a way that doesn't feel shoehorned in, as well as some profanity, violence, and mature scenes. Studio Trigger doesn't drop the ball when dealing with themes like race, human trafficking, end of children, self-hatred, government corruption, religion, celebrity culture, and abuse. Yeah, maybe add in a sex scene if you're that daring, or just casually mention it, or imply it. With Michiru and Nazla's relationship blossoming from friendship to love, that they'll probably start having sex as well. Our Fox girl, she deserves a good sexual experience, as well as someone like Michiru who will get her into a healthy lifestyle. And yeah, if Michiru and Nazla do have a kid, I could totally see Michiru as a parent who's overbearing enough to give Flip a run or a swim for his money. What I'd like to see is the series dealing with more mature themes head on as the story advances. Conclusion, and that completes my top 10 list of brand new Animal fan series that I hope / think will be confirmed in season 2 and beyond. And I trust Studio Trigger entirely with making them happen, as well as the second season and more as the show's a hit, and Netflix with a renewal. It was nominated for an Ursa Major Award and an Annie Award. Sure, coronavirus will definitely delay it, but it'll be more than worth a wait. Tyson out.